Good day, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. It is time for the abnormals. It's the 5th of April. We have 5 abnormal skins to chase after, and these are the last skins that we're going to see until, of course, tomorrow. We're going to see the Easter skins appearing for 2 weeks. April 6th and April 13th will only be Rust Easter skins. So, be prepared for that. Now, we have to take into consideration, which of these potentially might be a good profit? Which of these would we potentially want to buy? But I've already talked about this, haven't I? My 48-hour analysis, which we can see right over here. We've already discussed the problems that await us, and that is basically we're going to see pretty much every single skin lose demand. We're going to see pretty much every single skin losing their value. It's unfortunate, but this is routine. Around when we start seeing the beginning, well, no, I'd say when we're about halfway through the CSGO Major, Paris 2023, that's going to be in May. Once we're around maybe halfway through May, maybe at the end of May, I wouldn't be surprised at all if most of the skins have crashed. Like, it's to be expected, and I've warned you, and yeah. That means pretty much all of these right here, by default. I'm not looking at these with optimism, let's put it that way. So just be aware of that. We've also got Easter skins next week and the week after. Yeah, the holiday skins don't hold up very nicely either. So it's going to be very easy to sit there and talk about the new skins tomorrow because holiday skins don't hold value, which is going to be very awkward. And these skins right here, they're very likely not going to hold value. I expect all of these skins to go below their Rust Law price at some point this year. So from now until maybe around August time, we're going to see prices go down, maybe a little bit up, maybe a little bit down, maybe up. It's going to be very awkward, but they will be expected to be cheaper than what they currently are. But August tends to be the time where we see a bit of a rise in price. Maybe it's because kids are out of school and, they're at home and playing games and, of course, playing Rust. Maybe that's the reason why. But we are also expecting the Counter-Strike 2 launch. So Source 2 for Counter-Strike is expected to appear in the summer. We don't know when specifically, but they just said the summer. Thank you, Valve, as per usual. That might be taking away a lot of the interest of wanting to play Rust, so we also had to take that into consideration. So we're expecting for quite a large amount of time, for a good few months, Rust skins are going to be struggling. So we have to be very smart of our buy orders now. We have to take into consideration that if your buy order's a bit too high and, someone who bought a bunch of these skins gives up, they're going to dump their entire stock. They're going to dump their entire stock on you. So you really do need to be keeping track of your finances, how much money you have on each account. You get the idea. You need to be aware of how much buy order limit you have, and yeah. So be prepared for all of this. Maybe it's best that we only stick with the safe option, the safer buy orders. If you use multiple accounts, you could be a little bit more risky with a second buy order. Maybe it's a case of you just don't buy so many of them. You could do a riskier price, but just don't buy too many. It's up to you, but yeah. So let's just jump straight into it. What skins are abnormal today? We have the Frog Rock, we have the Abyss Sheet Menador, Jackhammer from Hell, we have the Pirate Poncho, and we have the Blue Lab Box. So yes, all of these skins right here. We're going to start off with the Pirate Poncho, the top-selling abnormal skin of the week. Gentlemen, this has 26,000 plus sales so far. Well, estimated. SUMM cannot track every single account, but this is to be a fairly decent estimate. And, of course, last year we did see a whole bunch of hide ponchos being accepted, hide poncho skins. Guys, let's go by newest. And as you can see, most of these poncho skins last year on average sold around 25,000 sales. Quite a lot of them hit around 40,000. Some of them were a bit below, of course. But yeah, the main three that I think we should be comparing this with would be the likes of the Raven Poncho and the Blackout Poncho. Now, Blackout Poncho is part of the Blackout collection, and by default, it held up a decent value. When we were in the good times, this was above its Rust Law price. During the good times, the Raven Poncho actually did very nicely as well. And actually, right now, it's still doing very nicely, even though there's 145 of them on the Steam market, compared to the Blackout Poncho, which has 253. Point I'm trying to get across is, by default, people look at this and say, wow, black camouflage. I'm not going to be seen at nighttime, even though every single skin you can't see at night time. In pitch blackness, you're not going to see any of these. So, well, except that one. That one glows in the dark. So that one's an anomaly. Let's not think about that one. But anyway, point I'm trying to get across is The main thing that we want to be concerned about is, are we potentially going to see more of this pirate collection? And we did get Mr. Y9J talking about it last week. He does intend to continue the collection. What might it be? We don't know, but he has mentioned that he's considering continuing it. Where we're going to go from here, I don't fully know. But, you know, if you like to roam around in boats and whatnot, and you feel like this is the perfect gear to wear, maybe you're going to get a pirate hat. well, I said this, pirate bandana. Where's our cutlass swords and whatnot? You know, there can be a whole lot of goofy things being accepted or submitted and then potentially accepted. So will we see more skins being submitted and accepted in the future? It could happen. Will we see the reactionary nature of Rust economy happen with that? Could happen. But by default, I'm not looking at this with a lot of optimism. As I said, all Rust skins are expected to go below their Rust Store price. 26,000 is a fairly high amount. Guys, I'm probably looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? I probably only want to do like 75 cents. That honestly might be the play. Yeah, it's awkward. But again, why don't we go take a look at all of the ponchos and see what the cheapest one is right now? So let's just go do that. Cheapest poncho skin right now is the Spiderweb poncho. It is 70 cents. Okay. Then we've got Arctic Poncho, 81 cents. You know, yeah, maybe 75 cents is the, maybe it's the option. Maybe that's the thing that we're going to have to do. Halfway, halfway from $1.50 is 75 cents. You know what? You could offer a little bit more. Maybe you could push up to about 90 cents. Maybe you could play it extra safe. Maybe you only go down to about 65 cents. Basically, guys, I'm worried about what the skin prices are going to be as we go through the next few months. So 65 cents to 90 cents is probably going to be the option. If you want to go a little bit less than 75%, be more safer, that's fine. If you want to go a little bit above, you know, that's also fine. But just be aware, if you are the highest buy order and someone gives up, you're going to end up buying all of those skins. So really do think about the amount of quantity that you're going to request, and really do think about the prices you're putting down. And from here on now, with all of these abnormals, you know, the whole idea of, okay, guys, we get to have the extra 18 hours and seeing how it behaves on the Steam market, because, you know, they appear practically almost a day earlier, and we'd normally track and see how much buy order support it has, and then we'd also consider, is this a good thing to potentially buy? Well, yeah, I don't think we're going to be going to the Rust store that much from here on now. I don't think we're going to actually be buying anything. The main thing that we're going to be looking at is considering whether or not we want to do an extra buy order, or if we want to do a higher price buy order. So, yeah, it sounds a bit depressing, doesn't it? But this is what we have to do to be prepared for the bad times. So just be cautious, just be aware, and yeah, so that's the Pirate Poncho. Now we've got the Jackhammer from Hell. This has almost got 25,000 sales. It will have above 25,000 sales. Don't you worry about that. Now, I did point this out, from Hell Skins, whilst they are a well-known collection, well, it is a well-known collection, during the year last year, pretty much all of these were in the negative, all the more recent ones. When we were in the good times, basically 2 months ago, at the very beginning of January, yeah, all of these were in the positive. So the point is, basically, it would be expected that this very likely also would be in the negative, along with all of the other skins, except Rug from Hell. Rug from Hell you can put on your walls and whatnot in your base, and it looks really cool, so that's always going to have some demand, so it's always going to be slightly above, you know, high in price. You get it there, but the main thing that we should be comparing with is, of course, the other Jackhammer skins, so let's just go take a look at that. The main thing I would compare to is the Ghost Catcher Jackhammer. This had 20,000 sales. This is currently expected to have about 25,000 sales. Why this? It's the only other glow-in-the-dark Jackhammer, so that special, unique, interesting thing, well, that's got it as well now. And it's got I would sit here and say, a cooler design. It's part of a fairly well-known collection. Will this do nicely in the future? I will sit here and say I fully expect this to do nicely later on. Later on, towards the end of this year, I think it will do well. But it's going to go below its Rust price still. And this is why I'm going to look at this and I'm going to sit here and say, guys, as you can see, with all of these Jackhammer skins at the moment, you know, we're starting to dip our toes into the bad times. Prices are going down. Right now, this is selling at 15% down. It's $1.70. There are 106 of them on the Steam market. This has got a fairly, well, you know, there's more of these compared to these. I'm probably going to look at this and I'm probably going to sit here and say, you know what, I'm probably going to go from maybe a $1 to $1.50 buy order. Yeah, because I expect it to get fairly cheap. $1 to $1.50. Yes, it's a $2.49 skin. You are 100% correct. But I'm looking at this and I'm just, you know, looking into the future, and I can, fully expect this to probably end up at around $1.50 at some point. So $1 to $1.50 is what I'm going to suggest with this. Now, when times are good, will this go back up? Will it go up? Or will it potentially go above its Rustler price? I do expect that to happen. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to sit there and say. That's what I'm personally going to do. That's what I'm going to offer. So, yeah, that's my suggestion for that one. Then we've got the Frog Rock. Guys, this has sold almost 23,000. Well, I mean, it's more, yeah, anyway. So here's the thing. Are we potentially going to see more of this frog collection? I don't think we can have frog clothing and armor because we already have frog cosplay. That's Milio Frito's clothing and armor set. These skins are made by Ideal. How do I say this? I think it's a very goofy, funny skin. But if you are aware of the Easter skins that are potentially going to be appearing tomorrow, we're probably going to see the goofy Easter chick rock potentially appearing tomorrow. So this being a funny, goofy animal rock might immediately get surpassed with the very next week with a very goofy but funny-looking bright yellow chick rock. And he might struggle because of that. And, well, here's the thing. I get the feeling, when times are good, yes, this rock will do nicely. It will be above its Rustler price. I feel like it's perfectly goofy enough, right? Where this will do nicely and people will want to use him. Yes, I can see that happening. With the amount of sales, is that ridiculous? Well, you know what? We can go take a look. How many sales have we seen with all of the other skins? Let's go by highest estimated total supply. And, well, there we go. That's something that we had to bring up, wasn't it? It is the most, it's got the most sales out of all of the rocks. And we have 48 rocks. Get a good look at all of them. Wow. Is that too much? Is it equal? Is the demand there? Is it matching up nicely to the stock? If it is, it will hold its value and it potentially will slowly go up in price. But if there's too much quantity in comparison to the actual demand, that excess stock, it's going to be thrown onto the Steam market. It's going to be thrown on the third-party sites, and this is going to struggle. And I worry about that. So seeing this, guys, it's a fun, silly gimmick. But how long will it be funny for? And is it going to be fully unique? Are we going to immediately see the Easter chick rock being accepted tomorrow? I worry because of that. I do worry a bit, and I think I only want to do around $1 to $1.50. You could push it a bit more. Like I'm just gonna sit here and say, if you genuinely believe that Frog Rock will do nicely, if you think someone's going to use him in a YouTube video and make a big series about having him as a friend, Fish Rock, then go for it. Offer a stronger buy order. If you were to put down like $1.80. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that you will be picking these up for around $1.80. But I still think that they will go lower. I reckon we're probably going to see quite a lot of these appearing on the Steam market over the course of the next few months. Will it be manipulated immediately? That's something we can't really think about. That's not really something that we can foresee, is it? So, yeah, I feel like the safest option would be to do $1 to $1.50. If you want to be safe, that's the price. If you want to be a little bit more adventurous, then offer a higher price. But yeah, I'm looking at this. I want to be safer. That's the price I'm going for. So yeah, if you have faith in the Pog Frog Rock, then you know what to do. It's up to you. But I've given you the warning. So yeah. Now we've got the Abyss Sheet Metal Door. Now I'm a bit optimistic about this. Out of all of the other Abyss skins, this has sold a lot less. This has sold like half as much as the other two. This right here, almost 38,000 sales. This right here, just over 35,000 sales. This right here hasn't even cracked 20,000. Will it go over 20,000? Yes, it will. This has probably got around 21 to 22,000 sales in circulation. That's my current estimate. So what I'm sitting here suggesting is, this is a very cool looking door. Is it going to do all right in the future? The best thing that I could compare this to, again, I keep referencing it, it's the Dragonhorn collection. Because that was a proper, I don't want to say fully fledged, it was a deplorable collection that came out 2 years ago. And come on, hurry up, load up. Ain't got all day, hurry up. Here we are, yeah. So that was a $3.49 skin. We had almost 40,000 sales, and that's now down to $1.54. That ain't good, is it? But you know what we need to do? Let's just at the very least go see how this has performed over the course of the past 2 years. So let's just go do that. Has it peaked nicely before? Well, actually, when you look at this, it's just been slowly trending downwards. So this did reach around almost $3 back in January. But when we go from here to all the way down here, it's been going down, slowly descending downwards, and that's most likely due to the fact that it sold a stupidly high amount, almost 40,000. This has sold so far half as much as that. Will this do better off? Will we see more Abyss Collection skins appearing? Well, do you know what you can do? Do you know what you personally can do? You could go to the workshop. You could speak to the skin creators. You could sit there and say, hey, I love the skin. Can we see some more? What could we potentially see? You know what you could do? You could even suggest some options. Hey, I'd like to see Abyss large box. I'd like to see an Abyss small box. Locker. Water purifier. There you go. Rug. There you go. There's loads of things that you could do, all right? But, offering some nice words and saying, I love this collection, I want to see more, something like that, you might get a response. You could actually just sit here and ask, will we see any more? Red again? What do you mean? Oh, no. Oh, is he referencing the weird furnace glitch that we had? Yeah. There's a glitch with furnaces when you place them down. Sometimes they can show off a different color, and with the Abyss furnace, it made it look pink sometimes. So yeah, I think that's what he's referencing. Anyway, so this sheet metal door, I feel like it's going to do nicely in the future. But let's just take a look at all of the other sheet metal doors that have appeared this year. We haven't seen many of these skins this year, which is a bit funny. Compared to last year, we saw tons of them. But this year, we haven't actually seen that much. We've seen a reasonable amount, but yeah, we saw a whole lot more last year. But yeah, so far, 6 skins. Down, down, up, down, down. I believe this is getting pumped still. This right here, it looks cool. It's glow in the dark. I still think it's going to go below its restore price. But I do think it'll bounce up quite nicely in the future. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? $1.50 to $2. I feel like $1.50 is probably going to be the safer option. You could go even lower. I feel like that would be perfectly fine. But I can see, potentially in the future, we will see some more Abyss deplorables being made and accepted. And I could see that getting a nice boost when that happens. It has not sold as much as the other two, and right now the other two are actually comfortably in the positive. So the point I want to get across is this likely will have decent demand and keep its price up during the bad times, but yeah, with a lot less of them, there's a lot less potential problems. A lot less of them have been bought in excess is the idea. So this is looking pretty good. But yeah, $1.50 to $2. I still expect it to go below its restore price. And I still expect, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm going to go with. So all good. Okay, and then we got one more skin left. It's this, guys. It's a blue small box. That's basically it. I don't really know what else to sit there and say. So in terms of all the small box skins that we've seen come out this year, down, down, up, down. And then we got this one. It's just blue. Honestly, it's probably going to end up at around $1. It's just blue. Now, you might sit there and say, okay, Hedge, what about the long term? Is this going to do all right? Well, just 2 months ago, you might remember we were talking about the Blue Lotus box right here. You might remember when we were looking at this, all of the other small box skins were in the positive. Every single one of them. I fully expect that to happen all over again when we are in January 2024. So if you're going to sit there and say, okay, what's going to happen to this? I think it will be in the positive again. I think it will be going above its restore price in the long term. Would it even be that profitable though? That's the main thing. Probably not. You probably just want to put down maybe a $1 buy order. Maybe you know what? You could probably do 90 cents to $1.10 is probably what I'd suggest. Because I just don't imagine people can look at that and think, wow, I need tons of these. I just don't see it. So 90 cents to $1.10. You could probably go even lower, really. And that's that. That's basically it. Hasn't sold a lot because I just don't think people really care enough to buy it. Like, there's no demand. There's no demand. So yeah, that's all the skins. That's all of them. Yeah. I don't sound super optimistic, and there's a reason why. I've seen how this has behaved in the past several times. You know, I've gone through this whole period of time before. So yeah, playing it safer could be very helpful for a lot of you, you know. So yeah, that's just basically how it's going to be. So yeah, that's everything I felt the need to bring up. So I guess we'll just skip ahead. You know, there's nothing really to talk about on the front page here. Yeah. So guys, let's skip ahead and let's see how everything rolls out, and then yeah, we'll just see how all that is. So let's skip ahead now. Right, okay, 1 o'clock. And here we go. Let's attack. Let's attack. Come on, I'm starting off with Frog Rock. I feel like it's got a nice future ahead of it, potentially, in the long term. That's what I'm mostly... Oh, there we go. And 480 buy orders already. Ah, wonderful, yeah. Now, there we are. And then we got the Abyss Metal Door. Yes. Get that right. Yeah, okay, 55. And then we've got the Jackhammer from Hell. Hello, hello. Right. Let's go to, yep, this price. That'll do. And 55. And then we got the Pirate Poncho. Let's just get a good idea of what other people are offering. Remember what I suggested? So I'm going to do... I'm going to do... 5.7? No, I'm going to do 0.6. I'm going to put down 40. Maybe 6.2. Yeah, that'll do. And yeah, my currency is obviously different compared to yours a lot. Okay, this one right here. Yep, we're going to put 0.7, and I'm going to request 40 of them. Yep. And that was that. Yep, that was it. That was nice and quick. So what we'll do is we'll skip ahead, and then we'll talk about buyer support, even though it doesn't matter too much, but we'll get a good idea of what the demand is for the skins. So... Good day. So yes, we're 8 minutes past, and well, as we have refreshed, we can see that some prices are now being tracked on SCMM. Very nice, very cool. So let's just hop over to here and let's go take a look at all of the skins that we just buy ordered. So starting off with the Frog Rock, we can see that we are over 1,300 requests to buy. The buy orders quite steadily going all the way up to $1.70. Now, let's just remind ourselves, this is a $2.49 skin. Will this work out quite all right in the end for the person with the highest buy order? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up picking up some of these Frog Rocks at this price, because no one else is going up that high. Again, you'll be buying them for about, what, 80 cents cheaper? Yeah, 80 cents cheaper. So, yeah, if you want the rock, you could just put down the highest buy order, and you very likely will be getting them, because at some point people will end up throwing them to the highest buy order. I gave you that warning, because yeah, when prices start to get real bad, people will start unloading to the highest buy orders, so be prepared for something like that. But if you want them for cheaper instead of buying them from the Steam market, well, there's the option. So yeah, support isn't going all the way up to there, you get the idea. So okay. Now on to the Abyss Sheet Metal Door. This also is a $2.99 skin. The buy orders only going up to $1.70-ish. Loads of buy orders at around $1, but it's only going up to about $1.70. It's got 1,300 requests to buy. Guys, this isn't looking like it's going to hold its value. The buy orders aren't there. It's not going to keep it held up, is it? It's not going to keep it held up. So, yeah. My expectation will be that, yes, this will be going below its store price at some point. So if you genuinely want to buy this, right here, you could just put down like a $2 buy order. You could buy it for $1 cheaper. Like, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if you do pick them up. So $1 cheaper, put down that $2 buy order, because you got no competition if you do that right now. But yeah, would it probably end up selling for around $2 at some point in the near future? Probably, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. So that right there, if you want it, it's available to you. Then we got the Jackhammer from Hell, 1,662 requests to buy. But again, $2.49 skin. The buy orders, mostly just around $1, and they only got up to about $1.50 as predicted. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be holding its value. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if it does go below its store price. At the moment, everything looks set that is exactly what's going to happen. So as of now, that appears to be the case. Then we have the Pirate Poncho. Yep, this was also what was it, a $1.49 skin. Buy orders going all the way up to $1.15. So will it hold? Will it do all right in the future? There's no guarantees for what can happen. But, yeah, you get the idea. So, yeah, again, if we do see some more pirate skins being made and submitted and accepted in the future, then yes, the pirate collection could do quite nicely in the future. But we have to wait and see. And we now have 2 weeks' worth of Easter skins to go through, so maybe it won't hold up very nicely. And we haven't even talked about the bandana, or rather, the bandana. But we'll talk about that in a second, because we've got the regular skins to talk about. And now we're on to the Blue Land box. Only 600-ish requests to buy. Not as, not so much attention compared to the other skins. It's not looking like it's going to go insanely up in value at any point. So, yeah, this is going to be something you buy, and then you have to wait until January 2024 to then sell for a profit. So, not the most interesting investment, I'd say. But, yeah, that's basically that then. So, yeah, buy orders early went up to just barely over $1 for a $1.99 skin. Yeah, that's basically it. So that's not looking like it's going to hold its value. So yeah, all of these skins not matching up to their Rustore prices. But this is basically what's going to happen from here on now. So remember what I said? You can just put down the highest buy order, and you very likely will be buying all of these skins for a much cheaper price, which would be, you know, nicer for you, I'm sure. All right, over to here. So we have some regular skins to talk about. We have the likes of the Pirate Bandana. Yes, Bandana. They seem to have made a mistake. If you go to the store and the marketplace, you can see it says Pirate Bandana. My expectation is they will correct this tomorrow. It will say Bandana tomorrow. So if you get the link from SCMM, you need to quickly go over to here and change that D there to an N. Bandana. I'm sure they will fix that. Okay, so just giving you that heads up. But the main thing that we need to be aware of is this sold almost 36,000 sales at the moment. This is likely going to have over 36,000 sales by tomorrow. Guys, that's a problem. That is far too many sales. That is not looking like it's going to hold up very nicely. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we've got far too many of these bought in excess, and that means with far too much bought in excess, it doesn't match up to actual demand, too much stock, excess stock to be precise. That's all going to end up being thrown onto the Steam market at some point. That's all going to be thrown onto the third-party sites at some point. Yeah, that's not looking very nice. I'd probably just put down a 50-cent buy order, and I'd be happy enough with that, because I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if a whole bunch of these will be appearing on the Steam market at some point in the near future. Now, we can just quickly compare to all of the other bandana skins and just quickly see what is the highest total estimated supply, and yeah, it's actually only second. So, yeah, this had 37,500 sales, but still managed to hold up. And why is that? Because it's part of a collection. Corrupted Collection has all the core pieces, Tier 2, Tier 3, and Hoodie and Pants. So that tends to kind of manage to stay up. It does have 173 of them on the Steam market though, and that I will point out to you. Remember, on average, every single Rust skin would have around 100 skins on the Steam market. That's the average amount I would expect. 174 is above average and therefore more susceptible to, you know, losing value. You know, too many of them, people competing with each other, they undercut each other and the value goes down because of that. So yeah, simple, understandable. So yeah, that's not looking super good. 50 cents is my current answer. Now we have the likes of the Crossbow Banana. Look, it's a very nice banana. Okay, very nice banana. Crossbows tend to do better than most default like weapon skins and whatnot. Like what I'm saying is, I don't think this is going to be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. I think this would be better off for being like a 90 cent to a $1.10 buy order. When times are good, crossbows do well. We did see that fairly recently with the January 2023. Yeah, all the crossbows, the recent crossbows were doing very nicely. But of course, when the good times are past us, the crossbows tend to struggle. And right now, all the most recent ones, yeah, they're starting to struggle. So I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this also struggles as well. 12,700 sales at the moment. Guys, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking 90 cents to $1.10. Then we've got the recycler box. I don't think people are going to respect this that much. I don't think people are going to be looking at this and thinking, wow, I respect the intended design of this. It's supposed to look worn out and, you know, discoloured and whatnot. No, people just sit there and say they don't like it because it's not super colourful or interesting. This is very nice and self-referential to Rust, but yeah, I don't think people would respect it. So, by default, I will also point out large boxes tend to do quite all right when times are good. However, when it's not good, that's not looking good either at the moment. The point I'm trying to get across is I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up selling for around $1 at some point. Now, what is the cheapest large box skin at the moment? It's going to be a very old one, isn't it? So we can't really count these. So we'd look at these. Yeah, they do go down to about $1. So you could probably just put down 90 cents, maybe $1 for the recycler large box. That probably would be the idea. Again, I don't have a lot of faith in it based on the fact that I'm looking at, or I'm considering other people's behaviour. That's my answer, I would say. I don't think people would respect it too much. So, now we'll move on to the likes of Pizza Hoodie and Pants. And, well, guys, these only sold like 11,000 so far. At best, we're probably going to find out there's about 12,000 of them that have been bought in circulation afterwards. This, when you pair it up with the likes of the pizza tier 3, well, this sold almost 15,000. This sold just over 15,000. This has sold less than this. Now, if we do see the day in the future where we might potentially see pizza tier 2, then yeah, this would be very nice. This would do very, very nicely. But when we look at this, Jimmick and Lyssaint said this is the last part of our pizza set. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Why are they stopping now without the tier 2? I don't fully know. All right. Maybe they might make one at some point in the future. Maybe they want to take a break from pizza collection. I don't fully know. Complete the sets, you know, that would have been cool, but they want to take a break, it seems. So, is this going to hold up nicely? Well, unfortunately, with the current issues with the Steam market at the moment, and yeah, you probably have noticed, yeah, it was a struggle to sell, buy and sell these on the day that this came out. And then afterwards, it just didn't look like there was any interest in this tier 3 armor, unfortunately. You do see a bit of a spike in interest, and then it just goes down, and down, up a little bit, and down. Doesn't look like it's changed that much. What I'm saying is it probably is a case of people just aren't exactly hyped up for pizza as what we assumed. Now, I'm still holding out, hoping that we'll potentially see tier 2 at some point in the future. I'm fine with it. I think it's a fun, goofy set, so I'll keep the skins I have. At the end of the day, could this potentially bounce up again around January 2024? It's not something I'd rely upon, and yeah, well, by default, most skins will do better around then, so I guess I'm in it for the long haul, unfortunately. I had my buy orders go through, I bought a whole bunch of these, and yeah. But if you're going to sit there and say, alright, so what should I do for these? I'm sticking with that point of there's potentially not too much interest into pizza collection as I thought, but there is that potential we might see tier 2 at some point in the future. This would be pretty viable. Maybe we just want to do like a 60 to 70 cent buy order. I do worry for it during the bad times. But then again, you know, if people do respectfully like the pizza stuff, then maybe it will do quite all right when times are good. But yeah, we're only going through bad times for the next few months. 60 to 70 cents. Then we've got these two weapons, guys. Immediately, I'm just going to sit here and say 70 cents to 90 cents. People just don't seem to like Ioka skins. Go take a look at all the most recent ones. Old ones do alright. New ones, $1.09, $1.86. Yeah, that's a fun, goofy one, but that's still down below its store price. What about this one? Holiday Fiend, $1. Firecracker, $1.11. Flare Ioka, $1. Yeah, 70 cents to 90 cents. Sorry, but that is the answer for that. And the Chemical Burn Sar, well, do you remember when we looked at the likes of the... oh, look, Chemical Burn Python's actually doing quite all right. There's only 22 of them in the market. Do you remember that? We were talking about, oh, maybe this might get manipulated. I don't know. Someone bought out 17 of them just today, and someone bought out another 8. Ooh, what's going on there? This has only got 6,000 sales. Would you buy it purely with the expectation that it might get manipulated at some point in the future? It has not sold that much. We all talked about it, and well, I bought 10 of the Python. Would you want to buy 10 of the SAR and see what happens? It's not something I would consider relying on, but because I had the very cheap Revolution case thing going on before, I thought, screw it, I'll just buy 10 of them because I can, because I was basically printing money back then. The option is there and available to you, all right? But by default, I look at these and I say both of them 70 cents to 90 cents. But this one's curious because it didn't have that many sales. So we shall see. Oh, we shall see. Oh, did someone just raid me? Oh, thank you very much, Dry Bear. Much appreciated. The announcement didn't appear because I've got it all turned off. Thank you very much, buddy. Much appreciated. I'm just talking about Rust skins. I do this every Wednesday night because all of these skins, more specifically the Pirate Poncho, the Frog Rock, the Jackhammer from Hell, the Abyss Sheet Metal Door, and the Blue Lab Box, they all just appeared right now on the Steam market, and we just did our buy orders on them. Yeah, some skins appear on the market earlier than others. And that's basically the whole point of the videos I produce every single week on my YouTube, which I'll link to you lot right now. Got to get my advertising in. Some people watching the YouTube video are going to be very confused right about now, but basically someone just raided me on Twitch and I thought it would be nice to say hello and thank you. So thank you very much for that, Mr. Dry Bear. Much appreciated. Okay, so that was all of the skins. We've got a good idea for prices that we might want to do, but now we need to talk about what's going to be expected for tomorrow, because tomorrow is April 6th, or technically for me it's already technically tomorrow, but you get the idea. Easter skins will be appearing on Thursday, April 6th, and of course the week after that, April 13th, we're also going to see Easter skins. But specifically for week 1, what are we going to expect? Well, TGG has his newest top picks, and basically there's 110 skins here, and I fully expect at least 10 potentially 10 to 15. What of these skins? What of these skins could potentially, maybe just about be accepted for tomorrow? Well, it's up to you. You could still jump onto here and show your support, offer a nice vote. You could even jump in and say, hey, I like this skin. I want to jump into the actual page and say a comment or two. There you go. This guy doesn't even have any comments. Nice, comforting morale boosts do go a long way. So yeah, that is potentially what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. 110 skins, but which of these will potentially be picked, we don't know, but we'll find out. We also are going to see the likes of the egg suit properly being released, so I wanted to just bring this up. So at some point back in July of 2022, when FacePunch were fully well aware of what was going on with the likes of the egg suit, well, one of them got bought to the equivalent of $5,000. Alistair, one of the devs, I can't speak. Alistair, one of the FacePunch devs, outright sat here and said, taking egg suit public at $12 in 2023. He said this back in 19th of July. So tomorrow we are expecting the proper release of the egg suit. And basically, it might be selling for $12, so I hope you're nice and prepared for that. And we're also, of course, about to see a new Rustage egg being accepted, that being the white Rustage egg. And there you go, it's right there. The newest egg to the collection. What music will it have? I don't know, but we'll find out, won't we? So yeah, the new one. But just remember, the new ones tend to struggle because so many of them get bought out. So that's something to be prepared for, all right? If you like it, by all means, buy it. Use it, enjoy it. But don't buy tons of them expecting to make a stupendous profit. Now, there's one more thing that I want to point out. Turns out Helk is actually pointing out when he's about to release the skins. So, I'm very sorry, Mr. Helk, but we now have to stare at your Twitter and wait until you say something. And then we go crazy. Yes. So, yeah, he actually announces when he's about to release the skins. So, if you want to go stare at this man, feel free to do so, yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much everything addressed for what we're potentially going to be seeing tomorrow. And there's one more extra thing that I will point out. Mr. TGG has apparently set up a poll. He has set up a straw poll. Now, this is all based on your personal ranking system. What do I mean by this? Where you drag and you drop and you drag and you drop. Basically, most wanted potential items to become skinnable and rust is the question. And gentlemen, like, take for example, I think wood armor deserves to have skins. So where is that? That should be a much higher priority. I'm trying to find wood. Oh, it's third. There you go. That's perfectly fine. But you know what? I don't think vehicles shouldn't have skins. That should be more like a DLC. I'm going to put that down here. Maybe the bed should be first. Spaz 12, it's been around for a while. That should probably become skinnable. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm figuring out, I think salvaged axe, we've got salvaged pickaxe. That's skinnable. We've had salvaged axe skins, pickaxe skins, haven't we? So why not salvaged axe skins as well? There you go. I'm figuring out what I personally think should be skinnable. So yeah, you set up your own list in your order of preference, and then when you're done, you click vote, and then if you want, you can just immediately click show results here, and here it is. This is apparently, take for example the top 5. So how many people have voted so far? We have 1,032. We can see that out of over 1,000 people voting, the top five things are tool cupboard, handmade LMG, bed, tactical gloves, M92 pistol. These are the top 5, and if I zoom out a little bit more, you can see a whole lot more here. Yep, that's very nice, very cool. So yeah, do you want to show your, do you want to share your opinion? Feel free to do that. I guess I could link that in the YouTube video or something in the description, maybe. Yeah, but yeah. More people, the more the merrier, would be interesting. And apparently this does get shown to FacePunch afterwards as well. So thought I'd explain that. So yeah, that's all good. That's all nice. So, yep, very nice, very cool. I believe we've just gone through everything. And, yeah, so tomorrow I would expect an early Rustle rotation. It is fairly late right now, but basically I think we're going to see a rotation happen around 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. So between 5 to 7 p.m. is my expectation. Remember, it's force swipe. They're going to also add in they're going to push in the Easter event. So the Easter event's going to be appearing. So normally when a bigger update comes out, they tend to do the Rustore early to get it out of the way, and then the actual update appears at 7 p.m. UK time, and yeah, you get the idea. So I would expect an early Rustore rotation tomorrow. So be prepared for that. Other than that, yep, that's it. I think we've gone through everything. I tried to do it as fast as I could, but yep, we are done. We are done. All right, so hope you all enjoy yourself tomorrow. I hope you like all of the Easter skins, and if you want to get a nice sneak peek, for the week 2 submissions, good sir, I have the video for you. It's right here. Rust Workshop Skin Checks, Easter Week 2, April 4, right there. There is the potential next batch. All of the skins here could potentially be the skins that we see for April 13th. So, yeah, that's there. And, yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and have a lovely day. Have a lovely week, and enjoy your Easter time. Enjoy your chocolate eggs and all of that. Yep, have a good one. See ya.